Hey guys, we're going to look at the agenda for today. So there are two things that are going to be due today. Benchmark 1, we need to redo it. I think the highest grade I got on that assignment was like a 76 or something. So we all did pretty bad on it. I'll show you in a second kind of the major things you guys did wrong and how to fix them. And then you have a second benchmark, which is on chemical safety, which was one of your need-to-knows. So the first thing we're going to do is revisit benchmark 1. I emailed you your score. So if you submitted the assignment, I emailed your score to whatever email you submitted for the Google document. Then we'll go over a quick workshop, and then you'll start benchmark 2. And then both of these are due by 11:59 p.m. today. So let's go over benchmark 1 first. Scaffolding and support. Benchmark 1. Okay, so I made a video, and if you didn't watch the video, I would make sure that I watch it and take notes on it if you're missing any notes. Remember, when you're writing your answers out, you don't use commas in your answer. Make sure you use your units when required, and I wrote it on the board too, that you need to abbreviate your units. So if you're writing meters per second, and you spell out meters in second, it's going to count it wrong. You need to put m/s. Use the little caret for your exponents, and if there's just a number with no instructions, you only need to provide the number of significant digits in that number. And that means just give me a number. Don't write significant digits. For example, this one. This is a number with no instructions. So for this one, you would just tell me the number of significant digits. This one follows the sandwich rule. So if there's two significant digits on the outside of 0 and it's sandwiched in there, it does count. So this one, the answer would be 3. And that's all you write. I had kids writing significant figures or sig figs. Sig figs isn't a unit, so you only literally need to give me the answer, the number of significant figures. So that's why some of us got them wrong. Some other ones, it was the rounding. In the video, I show you how to round. So if you don't remember, it's like towards the end of the video. Just play the video and fast forward it to the end so that you remember the rounding rules. And let's see. You also need to know when to change your units. Let me find an example. Let's see. Just like this one. So this is 34.8 divided by 3.048. Your answer is going to end up with meters per second, and it should be m/s for your answer, for your units for that one. You only need units if you're answering a math problem, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, or if you're converting from decimals to scientific notation, you need one then. But if it's just the number, like this one, you just give me the number of significant figures. No units. Let's see. Like this one, it's 8.2 times 6.08 times 15.0. And this one, these are all being multiplied. So whenever you multiply units, you need to write them in the correct form. So like for this answer, it'd be whatever the number answer is, centimeters cubed. So if you didn't write centimeters cubed, that answer is wrong. So those are just some of the mistakes that you made. The email shows you the answers you got right and the answers you got wrong. Just look at the answers that you got wrong and figure out, did I mess up the units? Did I mess up the decimal points? Did I not round correctly? And then this video is here to help you guys with the rounding rules and stuff like that if you don't remember. For benchmark 2 today, it says this is an individual grade. You will choose one of the attached chemicals to complete the assignment above, and every person in your group needs to choose a different chemical. So there shouldn't be two Z's in any group. It says use the safety data sheets attached to complete the assignment above and upload under the Dropbox. So this one's fairly easy. When you download the assignment, it looks something like this. So you're gonna make a material safety data sheet for whatever chemical you assigned yourself in your group. you need to learn how to read them. So you guys are going to be working with pretty, I would say, intensive chemicals right off the bat. So you need to learn how to read this, the MSDS on it, the labels. So make sure you read all this and why we have to do it. The law requires it, blah, blah, blah. And then answer the questions. So the way you're going to answer your questions is it just depends on what chemical you assigned yourself. So the chemicals are here under the paperclip. You're going to click here, and you're going to pick one of these 8. There's a PowerPoint here on MSDS, just in case you need it. If you need some more background information, you can look through that. But all of these is a safety sheet, and you need to turn it into a material safety data sheet. So let's say you got copper 2 sulfate as your assigned chemical. All of your answers for this one is going to go to copper 2 sulfate. So list the synonyms for your chemical. You need to look at the sections. It'll tell you where to find everything. So section 1 is the chemical product and company identification. Section 2 is hazards. So it tells you the long-term effects, the short-term effects if you ingest or breathe in that chemical. Section 3 tells you the chemical composition on ingredients. So here it is, and then the synonyms are right here on section 3 when it asks for synonyms. First aid measures, so it tells you what to do if somebody were to get it on their hands or in their eyes or whatever. This is flammability or firefighting measures. So it tells you whether or not it can be around other chemicals, whether or not it's combustible, and how to put it out if there is a fire. For example, if you have an acid fire, there's no way you can put water on it. Water would just make it worse. So section 5 would tell you how to put out that kind of specific fire. Section 6, if you accidentally spill it or contaminate something, it tells you how to clean it. Handling and storage, it tells you where to store it in the chemical cabinet. For example, this one. All my cabinets are labeled, so some of them are organic 1 or inorganic 6 or whatever. So it's telling you on this one that this specific chemical needs to be stored in the cabinet inorganic 2. Because these guys can be stored together, but if I were to store it with an acid or a base, they could have a bad reaction and explode. Exposure controls, physical and chemical properties. So you're going to look through the safety data sheet and answer the questions on this one. Some of the, it asks you for specific colors and stuff like that. If you scroll down, the first 2 pages are your assignment. That's your assignment. The last 2 pages are to help you answer the first 2 pages. So it tells you what the colors mean and stuff like that. So you need to utilize these last 2 pages and the safety data sheet that you assigned yourself from the little paperclip to complete that assignment. So hopefully that helped. If you have any questions, come in for tutoring or send me an email.